peeps? It's your girl, Dash, come back from Real Takes. Well, it's that time, I guess. It's reaction time, and this is to Disney's Willow. This will be for episode 5, titled Wildwood. Now, the last episode I really did enjoy coming in regards to a situation where Graydon now has been infected and having to find a place to hold up. We're dealing with a, really, heavy storm. End up being at the Nockmaar Castle, which is definitely not a place they wanted to be. Mind you, Willow's still trying to get Allura Dannon to see her potential and work on, her skills and all that so they can, bring forth her powers. Now, with that said, he's going through the motions of telling them certain things they will need to help Graydon try to find a way to deal with this evil that's going to, of course, try to take over his body and cause whatever. I like how he gave them some instructions and one at the end saying, don't go to the, high tower. Certain things happen. Needless to say, you seeing other little parts of visions here and there, like Jade coming across visions of her mother. Of course, with Boomin come across some little gold, fixture that's, closed off, and he's hearing whispers coming through that's kind of pulling him towards it. He wants to open it. He's worried where it's in there. Then him dealing with, that little piece that he was able to pretty much lie to Kit that he didn't find. Come to find out, he found it. He's thinking it's lost, thinking she took it. Then you have other little scenes where, with Graydon, all of a sudden, just happens to be, freed and saying that Willow, it took over Willow. We have to find him and find a way to the high tower. And I like how Willow had to tell her, what was the instructions I told her? Like, not to come up to the high tower. Yes. But I like in the end where she starts to self-doubt herself and Kid had to tell her, I saw the little tree, the bush. You did make it. It was beautiful. You have it in you. Now go over there and do it. She, rose to the occasion. And she was able to free him. Now, before that, I love how you see little instances of visions of, characters from the Willow movie with Bab Morda. That was really interesting. I really like that little added touch. Also, just them finally coming together and realizing that, yes, now you really see the potential that's within her. And I like how she just couldn't believe it and was able to, free Graydon of that evil. All the while, they don't realize they're being pretty much watched. Then, in regards to Kit's brother, Eric, he's somewhere where they just pretty much left us, some old, isolated area by himself. I'm thinking he's being watched. He's in some little, cage or whatever. No, he pretty much walks right out. And he's just been left there. So I'm curious to see what else they're going to do with his particular character moving forward. He's going to start, traveling to figure out if he can come across another person, another human, so he can get to where he needs to. But I'm looking forward to seeing, as more time goes, Allura feel a little bit more confident and assured of herself that she can, rise to the occasion. And with the guidance of Willow, that is the case. And also seeing Kit and Jade and Boomin do what they need to do. And also Graydon. I'm liking how he really feels from the first couple episodes, a certain way, of course, hence because of his dad. I can see he probably definitely is very controlling, in that instance, but just become more assured of himself as well and be able to stand on his own 2 feet and not taking any crap from his dad. But yeah, I just want to see progression on all the characters. So with that said, let's go ahead and just jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts at the end, you guys.
Into the Wildwood.
Well, what about the, perils of the Wildwood?
What perils?
People say there's something in the air, the trees, the water. Anybody has any better ideas? I'm sure we'd all love to hear them.
Key is vigilance. Stay sharp.
Divination, interpreting the vibrations of the universe and seeing the future, nearly impossible for even the most accomplished sorcerer. On occasion, I have been known to see visions of things to come.
Was I in them?
What are you doing?
I'm using my mind to remove that stick from your butt.
Anyway, but I'm begging you to trust me when I tell you that no matter what happens next, I have a plan. And everything you'll just remain.
You don't look dead.
Funny story. Well, not half funny. You are entitled to an explanation.
No one gets out of Skellen alive. Ever.
Skellen? Great plains of Skellen. The mountains. Run by the trolls.
Maybe we won't fire up the old skull pot just yet.
Hold it right there, Graydon. She is Elora Danon, Empress of the Nine Realms, destined to save the world. She doesn't have time to connect with you or anyone else. It's brownies.
Come on, you see the way that she looks at you, protects you, frets over you, came with us because of you. We pretend not to know, sometimes even convince ourselves we don't know. For loving someone who can't love her back.
I descended the face of that mountain.
Oh my god.
The relic. You didn't find it. And the others? Allagash? And then Martigan. They got him too.
Oh, am I glad to see you? It's been years.
I thought I would never see you again!
Where's Francine?
Sadly, no longer with us. Headed south, said it was for the weather, but we know it because his wife left him.
Can you help us with the Bone Reavers?
Well, the thing is, they don't listen to us so much. They set camp right above us, like very humiliating.
Have a good day.
That can't be good. No, it cannot.
All we want is you. You make it decent.
I'm lots of fun. And I've been waiting for this for a long time.
You're gorgeous. I'm all yours. Take her to my tent.
I can't do this without you.
No, you can't. You have him now. It is your new Frangine and rule.
Here, on a child's 100th day, it's seared with its family's mark, so they remember where they came from.
Oh.
He was the first Bone Reaver. He had 15 children. You and I.
Why take me with them?
What better way to prevent an uprising than to steal their future? Raise children to believe they're captives of their saviors.
What is going on? I invited you to dinner?
Jade's the Bone Reaver. I don't know what that makes her now. Conflicted, I imagine. Anyway, they're throwing a party to celebrate her return. To us.
What are you doing? You're in my land.
Uh-huh.
You're such a dad.
Now don't wipe it on that.
It's my special party rag, it's fine.
All we have is the fear that our masks evoke, the determination to survive, and each other. Today, but tonight she is reborn, bathed in the love of her family and the values that we still fight for. Freedom, rebellion, passion and joy. Till the break of dawn!
Truth plums for you, I guess. As a what plums? For truth plums? For a fruit that was handed out when Scorpio did a speech. If you eat them, it's impossible to be anything but totally honest. Why does Sasha lie to me? Maybe she thought she was protecting you. I suspected. And you didn't tell me.
Oh boy.
What was I supposed to say? That I have a funny feeling you might in fact be the very thing you vowed to destroy at the moment.
Well, you're certainly the expert at breaking my heart.
Oh wow.
I wanted to reassure you
that what happened at Knockmore, that wasn't me. I would never...
I saw you kill your brother.
When?
When I kissed. So it wasn't you that killed your brother, and it wasn't you at Knockmore either.
Yes, but neither time.
So who are you?
Why is she treating him like that? Like all of a sudden, just this bad person.
Talk to her. And apologize. For what? It doesn't matter. Just say the words. I'm sorry. Tell her that you understand.
We all have doubts and insecurities. You just gotta fight through those. And be bold. He's terrified that one day he'll be discovered as the aging, talentless hack that he really is. Hey, Laura. Truth plans, huh? And never again.
All I care about is you. And if you want to come here after we find Eric to live, I would tag along.
Desperately. In love with you.
Oh, wow.
And in about 10 seconds, I'm gonna kiss you. So if you don't want to...
Yes, I will.
Oh, wow.
I kiss you.
Alright, you guys, I really did enjoy this episode. Just some things coming to the forefront, a little bit more revealed about some of the characters, you know, a little bit of their past, or certain things what individuals did not know, and it's coming to light. Excuse me. Definitely with Boomin. Now, being that they're trying to get away from, I want to say, what is it, the dag, you know, the little bird thing, and Scourge cutting through Bad Mortar's castle, you see they head into what's called, I think, the Wildwood, and that's when we get introduced again to the Bone Reavers. We saw them earn another episode, I don't want to say it was either the second or third one, where they're running against them on their horses, and one of them jumps up close to Boom and saying, "Oh, I thought you were dead." And he's like, "Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about." Come to find out, when we get introduced to the leader, I want to name Scorpia, it seems, oh yes, he's very well known, because when he sees and he's talking to Graydon, he sees some old bones and all that, and that's when it kind of becomes apparent. He's like, I have a plan, and all of a sudden they're captured. Come to find out, he used to be her lover, and he worked with them. Now, I'm glad we found a little bit more about him, because he's very secretive. He only tells you what he wants you to know. Sometimes he tells you certain things to get you off the trail of anything from his past. But I'm glad we're learning a little bit more. Now, when we see a little situation that happens where, of course, they're captured, but then a situation where Jade speaks her mind, whatever, and you can tell Scorpia's kind of none too happy. When I look at them both with their overall look, they look so much similar in their facial that I thought that they could be related. Come to find out they are. And that's very interesting when you see the similarness on the neck when they get into a scuffle, and she's like, take her to her headquarters, and they have this conversation where Jade was told certain things about her life and her past. Coming to find out all this was not true. Did not realize the general, Kyle, former vessel for Scotia, that's their father. And I'm just like, more and more. And they showed the vision of him, and I'm like, here we go. I'm like, that was from the movie Willow, and there it is. So, come to find out, being up under Scorpia's, helm, whatever, when she says to the kid, like, why did your mother lie? But she's protecting, but she said she has a good idea. It was probably true, but she didn't want her to think she was, talking crazy talk or be hurt. Don't keep that from her. Let her make that decision. You don't get to make that for her. It's like, if you have an idea or you think something, just tell her. You don't have to say, like, you knew, but you had an idea of hinting around all that time, and this is somebody you supposedly care about. Now, mind you, when Jay and Scorpia and it's all revealed, they have a nice little gathering, little feast and all that, and they do this truth bombs. So things start to come out. Excuse me, guys, I have this cold cough I can't get rid of. Very interesting. You can tell Graydon's starting to fall for Allura. She doesn't know how to feel, because she sees from his past, when she released him of that evil, that he'd killed his brother. You can tell he was truly possessed, red eyes, and it's like, okay, I'm all for her being hesitant, but hesitant to a point where you can see he was definitely possessed. It's not like he's physically going around hurting people, and not aware of what he's doing. This is an issue where he'd had this happen to him before. You see clearly his father must have done something where they tried to, I don't know if it was from him being possessed, what happened to his body from when he was in the previous episode, but I'm like, you're judging him as if he physically or mentally knew exactly what he was doing. He was, you know, being possessed in both instances. And she's kind of, you know, and I can understand, but it's like her judgment of him. I'm like, girl, this coming from a girl who doesn't even truly know who she was, this and that and the other, and you're learning on a whim with the help of Willow. So it's like, save your judgment. They're trying to believe in you to see if you can truly stand up to what you need to do and know your true potential and all that. Now, I will say this, her coming up on Willow, talking about his dumb luck. It's like, he's like, dang, those truth bombs. No, it needed to come out. But the fact remains that you still did, you know, win against Bavmorda. It was the way it happened. It is what it is. You've learned things over the course of a couple of decades. She needs to get over that. Because in the end, still gotta go find Prince Eric. He is out there somewhere, probably by himself, like I said, when he was, you know, some rundown, you know, area with no people, nobody knows, nothing sound but just him. I see that they're dealing with something that grabbed Kit in the midst of Jade and Kit, you know, finally admitting their feelings. I'm like, you could tell from the first episode, you know. I'm like, come on now. I was just wondering how much longer we had to wait till they finally, you know, admitted it. And I can tell Jade already felt this way, but Kit kind of was hesitant, doesn't know, but now it's like, finally. Same thing with Scorpia and Boomin. You can tell they definitely like each other. I love the chemistry between the two, you know. I'm just curious what more that we don't know, but the part of them bringing up the situation with what happened to his, you know, his guys, and of course, you know, Matt Mordigan, it's just like, will that come out? Will he tell more to Kit about her father? So I'm curious about that instance, and now that Kit's been grabbed, you know, wonder what's going to happen there. So I'm definitely looking forward to continuation right there, because they weren't able to get out, and they're kind of stuck in the mode of trying to figure out how they're going to, you know, assemble and deal, you know, with this threat. I know the Dag and Scorch are trying their best again, but they can't go into the Wildwood, so they're kind of stuck. So it looks like from this danger is coming from above. So I'm definitely intrigued. I really did enjoy this episode. I'm really looking forward to the 6th episode. So with that said, you guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next reaction. You guys take care.